Hello everyone, I hope you will enjoy my talk. My name is Łukasz Dzierzak, I'm a developer evangelist in BlackBerry. So, how many of you know BlackBerry company? Raise your hand, okay. Because I'm always asking people to check if you are shy or not, because I'm asking some questions during my talk. For example, I was in Berlin last week, and people was so shy that nobody said that they are developers, even they were sitting on developer conference. So, who knows? I don't think so. They paid a lot of money to be on this conference. Maybe they are masochists and they like visiting conference without knowing anything about the topic. So we've got the three main topics. We say it redesigned, re-engineered, and reinvented. So because probably all of you know our BlackBerry OS platform, which was on top a few years ago. It was a device based on the Java operating system. You know those? 9900. Yeah, you definitely know it. So we changed everything in our BlackBerry 10 platform. There is no one line of code from the old platform because we decided that we need to change the user experience, we need to change the hardware, we need to change everything because we'd like to offer you better experience than we've got on existing devices. So right now we've got 3 devices available on the market. You've probably seen some commercials from Orange and Play in TV. So we've got BlackBerry Z10. It's our first full touch device based on BlackBerry 10 platform. We've got BlackBerry Q10. It's our first QWERTY device based on BlackBerry 10. And we recently introduced the Q5 device. I've got this nice color here, but we've got also white one, pink, black, and white, of course. I'm not going to talk you more about these devices because I'm not a marketing person, so don't be worried about it. But I need to say a few words about BlackBerry World platform. So I know a lot of people think that we don't have a big user base. I even hear today during the launch that we already died. I don't know why they think. Probably they are reading a lot of bad press, but they are writing because they need to write something to attract people to attend their websites. But not everything they are writing it's true. So it's better to ask, better to find information than believe the press. So as you can see right now, we've got more than 78 million customers. It's not the result which was published last time, probably. I don't remember what was the last result. But at the end of the month, at 27th of September, we will be publishing the new updated informations. So you will be able to check what our user base is right now. So we are available on more than 170 markets. And when you go to the BlackBerry 10 BlackWorld application, you can see that we've got more than 100,000 applications. We are right now supporting more than 46,000 vendors. So we've got more than 64,000 registered vendors on our platform. And we are available on more than 60 carriers. I don't know the exact number because it's changing from day to day. We are adding new partners on which we've got our devices. So it's not going to be a big technical speech. I'd rather want to say that the rumors are not true. So when you are thinking about BlackBerry, you probably think about the person with tie, suit, and other things, attending big business conferences, speaking with big partners. But you are probably wrong, because more than 80% of BlackBerry users are customers, male female between 15 to 30 years old. So I was at conference in UK 2 months ago, and this conference was for kids, 14, 15 years old. And what I saw, they all have got a BlackBerry device. They're using BBM to connect between them, and they were really happy that someone from BlackBerry attended their conference, because they are using this device on a daily basis. Probably when you go to the Polish school, you won't be able to find a lot of BlackBerry devices, but outside our country, it's really popular device, especially in UK market. So, in UK, yep. And they were really interested in the new BlackBerry Z10 devices. We've got our booth there with some gadgets and other things, so we gave away everything in first 2 hours. So, yeah. And of course, because we are also supporting business model on our devices, we introduced something which we named balance. So probably you're using 2 devices right now, your personal and your corporate, and you hate having those 2 devices with you. So we introduced BlackBerry Balance. So we've got 2 modes in one device. So as you can see, when you swipe down your finger, you've got the 2 chooses. One is work, one is personal. Just swipe down, select your mode, and you're inside, for example, applications which were provided by your IT administrator. Or you can switch to the personal mode, and then you can see Twitter, Facebook, your personal email, and other things. And what is really amazing that, for example, you are receiving email from your corporation, and you'd like to copy and paste information to send it, for example, using personal email. You won't be able to do it because it will say that you're not able to copy-paste information from your workspace to the personal space. The same will be with applications. For example, your IT administrator will not allow you to run the Twitter application using your workspace, so you won't be able to run it. But for example, you've got a new amazing product, and you'd like to take photo and send to your friend. This device will not allow you to do it because it will detect that you've got work mode on this device, you're using work mode, so you won't be able to send this device, photo of this device, of course. It's something new, probably for you also. I don't know how many of you is working in corporations or some big business. Any of you? Yeah? Okay. So, how you should start developing your app? Because when my first application was developed for the WebOS platform. Do you know this platform? It was killed by HP a few months ago. You work at HP, okay. So you probably know the WebOS platform. Yeah, so I started developing for the WebOS because it was first platform which allowed me to use the HTML5, because the whole operating system was based on the web platform. So at the beginning, I've had a lot of ideas about what this application can do, what should I do, what users would like to do, but at the end, my application was so crappy that it was not even approved by the HP. At those time, it was a Palm OS. So, what you need to know when you start developing application? Start simple. So, probably you will have idea, for example, for simple game. Try to write down everything what you need to include in those applications. Think what you'd like to offer to developers or users, and then get feedback. Because there is a lot of applications which were built, but nobody know what the developers think about it. So probably, no. You develop applications. Any of you develop any kind of application? Yeah. Personally? and it was good application at the beginning. Yeah. So start simple, get feedback, and then iterate. And try to do it few times, because every time you develop something, you've got an idea, and you ask other people who are not developers. I'm using my fiancée for this stuff. So I'm asking her, not on the platform, but my applications. I'm asking her, what do you think about this? At the beginning, it always is never ever use it or develop. And after a few times, the idea grew up, and I've got a final product. Then I'm using her again to test my application, because she is always finding bugs. So the first version is not always working properly, because every time I gave her the first version of my application, she always finds bugs, which is really horrible, but using her knowledge and her possibilities, I know that I need to do more on my application. The second thing is the multi-platform, multi-OS reality. So probably you are developing applications for Android, iOS, or maybe in Windows Phone, and you don't ever consider BlackBerry platform. I hear it a lot. People are saying BlackBerry is not popular, nobody is buying apps, only business people are using BlackBerry devices and other things. But it's really easy to develop application which will be working on a lot of devices, not only on our platform. You can develop application which will be working on Android, iOS, and BlackBerry without spending a lot of time. How to do it? Of course, there is a lot of changes in the UI, but the backend of the application, it always can be written in C, C++ level, for example, or in JavaScript, and then you need to change only the UI point of view for the application to get it working on the current device and offer users the experience which the device is offering. So we decided to offer two forms of factors and two resolutions for our developers. Because I know the pain when you are developing Android application. You've got probably 200 or 300 devices which you need to support. They've got different resolutions, they've got different type of screens and other things. So we've got 3 devices right now. The touch device is supporting 120 by 768 resolution, and the other ones are supporting 720 by 720. So you don't have to spend a lot of time developing your UI. You've got 2 form of factors, 2 resolutions, and nothing more. So it's really easy to develop for our platform, because we've got also a lot of the SDKs. When we were first started developing our platform, we decided to not only stack with one of the operating of the programming language, but to offer developers a variety of choices. So I know that there are a lot of Android developers, so they can choose our Android runtime to run applications, and I don't need to spend a lot of time learning new programming language. I know that there is a lot of Adobe Air developers, especially in the Balkans region, so Macedonia, Serbia, and other regions. They are developing a lot of games using Adobe Air. So during the conference, we ported 50 games, and they were working out of the box using our platform. If you are an HTML5 developer, you can choose the BlackBerry WebWorks platform, which allow you to easily package your application and use your knowledge, HTML knowledge. And if you are C, C++ developer or Qt developer, because in our native SDK, the UI is based on the QML, so it's part of the Qt. We are supporting signals, slots, and other things which are the part of the Qt. You can choose the native SDK. And you probably hate situations when you need to use only specified by the vendor operating system. I heard a lot of talk from developers using Windows 8 that they can only use Windows 8 to develop Windows 8 applications. And they hide this because not all of them like the touch interface and other things. So we are supporting 3 main platforms, so macOS, Windows, and Linux right now. So if you are using macOS, you will find our SDKs, and the same with Windows and the Linux. And we are giving you a lot of more choices than our SDKs, because we know that there is a lot of developers who are using, for example, jQuery, Sencha, Dojo, or other engines, and we are trying to support all of them out of the box. It's not an easy job. We are spending a lot of time talking, for example, with jQuery or Sencha, but right now when you develop application using Sencha, it will be working really fast because we are supporting hardware CSS acceleration, for example. So how everything it look like on the native part and the native developers here, C++ developers, 1, and you probably both know this platform. So at the top of our platform there is UI. We named it Cascades, but it's based on the QML and Qt. So Qt is really amazing thing because using QML you can create interface which you'd like and your users will like. As I said, we are supporting Qt, so I'm not going to talk more about it. But there is a lot of other libraries which are supported by us. So as you can see, we are supporting SDL, SQLite, Boost, Box2D, and other amazing things. Any game developers here? Also you, yeah. So I don't know if you're developing, for example, using Unity. Okay, so we've got support for the Unity, Marmalade, Shiva 3D, Unreal Engine, Cocos 2D. So those are main game engines used by the people outside right now. So for example, we recently added support to Unity. Unity is now a free engine, so you can develop application once and use it on all platforms available on the market. So develop one code and use it on iOS, Android, BlackBerry, and probably Windows Phone as far as I remember. And if you're HTML5 developer, you probably will love our engine. We are right now on the first place on html5test.com. You know this website? So basically, when you'd like to test if your mobile phone, your smart TV, your laptop or tablet is supporting HTML5 APIs, you can go to this website and you will see how much points you will get. We are right now on the first place with our mobile device. We've got 485 points and 11 bonus points. What this means? This means that we are supporting a lot of APIs and everything is working as it should work on HTML5. There is another test, it's RingMark. We are also one of the best platforms right now. We are also supporting the WebGL. It's OpenGL but available for the web. It's something new in the development part of the world, but we are supporting it, and I know that a lot of developers are using it. We've got also other tools, but it's a topic for a longer session, so let's go. So as I already said, we are supporting a lot of engines for the games. So as you see, it's Marmalade, Unity, Shiva 3D. We've got top brands right now on our platform, EA Sports, Gameloft, and I even know that games for EA and Gameloft are developed in Poland. in one of the company. And we are giving you possibility to use, for example, BBM. BBM is a social messenger which is used by more than 70 million people every day. So imagine a situation that you can use this community. For example, you've got your shiny new product, but you don't have users who are using it. So you can use BBM to attract them to download your application. Integrating with this messenger is really easy. We can even right now going to support and give Android and Apple users to use our platform. So we will be releasing the BBM on Android and iOS soon, and probably you will be able to use those users too. But what about Android apps? I know that there is a lot of Android developers and they've got problems with earning money on Google platform. So you can easily port application to BlackBerry platform. We are right now supporting Android 2.3.3, but with the OS update, which will be released really soon, I can't say you the exact date, you will be able to run application based on 4.2.2. So I know you'd like to know how it's working. We've got the virtual Dalvik machine on our devices. So porting process is really easy. You just need to provide APK, use the command line tool, write 2 short comments, and you've got working application on our platform. And we tested a lot of applications because developers sometimes are really lazy and they don't want to spend time on doing something different than developing. And high percentage of applications from Android market are working out of the box. So if you're Android developers, you can try, test your application. If it's working, you can just publish it to BlackBerry World and start earning money. Or maybe you're an iOS developer and you'd like to port your application. We've got amazing guide written how to port your iOS application to BlackBerry 10. Just go to the provided website. You can find information how to use your existing code, how to change your UI from the iOS perspective to the BlackBerry 10 perspective. And it won't be a really horrible issue for you to port this application. Just try and you will see how it is easy. And maybe you are developing real Qt applications for the desktops, for example. You can also port them really easily to our platform. Just go to the provided websites. And use your power wisely. I know that some developers are writing their apps. They are adding refresh every 1 minute because they are getting content from the website. And they never realize that their application is killing the device from the battery. So we are sending, after checking the application, because we've got process after you publish application to BlackBerry World, application need to be checked if everything is working okay. We are sending them feedback that the application is killing the battery in the device, and they always say that they never consider that this need to be checked. So consider battery life and do everything to be still on user device. Because when user is installing application and they will see that application is generating problems, killing battery and other things, they will uninstall it and never install it again. So you've got only one chance, and if you lose it, you will lose your users. And if you'd like to push some content, use push services. Try to not to use the getting content using the intervals and other things. Try to create push services, so user will see that he or she will receive the update for application, and then user will open up and use the provided content. Also remember that if you are developing applications, users will be using it not only in your country when you are based, for example in Poland, but for example a person from India or other country will download your application, and maybe they don't have the really fast network. Even you can go to the south or north of the Poland, and sometimes the coverage is not good. And you are trying to download using your application really a lot of data. So user will see that application is not working as expected because it takes a lot of time to download content, and he or she will throw it away just after that. So try to test your application using all available networks, not only Wi-Fi or 4G, 3G. Try to use this application using 2G connection, because it probably will be downloading content really slow, but you sometimes need to download content. So try to optimize this connection, try to test it, what happened when you connect to 2G, for example, network. Some carriers are also limiting some connections, not maybe in Europe, but in other countries, so try to remember about it and understand the roaming costs. There is a lot of talk right now in the press about roaming cost for the data. Right now I think it's cost 2.5 zloty per megabyte in Europe, so it's still not really cheap. So imagine that your users are traveling, they are using a lot of roaming, so allow them to use your content without connection, for example. So try to store those data which they downloaded before, or try to propose them different solution. And I know that a lot of people hate when their application is sending some data, but try to consider analytics inside your application. I tried it once with one of my applications. I developed application which allow me to download some content from the web and display it to users. And I developed the UI, and after that I seen that nobody knows that there is a button which allow them to do something. They never use it because I seen it from analytics. So I moved this button to a different place, and after that I saw that usage of this button grew up by 50, 60, 70%. So try to use analytics not to send what user is doing, what personal data he's using. Try to use analytics to measure what user is doing with your application. So maybe you've got a big button which is doing one of the actions, but nobody is using it, and it's not really nice implemented on the UI. So try to find information what users are daily using with your application, and you will see some amazing facts which you will never consider. So you've got your application ready, and you are going to publish your application. Do you think you will get a lot of users? If your product is really good and you've got a lot of marketing budget, probably yes. But sometimes you've got really good product, you think it's amazing, it's giving amazing experience, and then nobody is buying it. So, for example, uploading application to BlackBerry World, you need to remember about a few things. Maybe you've got game and you'd like to name it Angry Cats. Probably it will give you a lot of downloads, but if your user experience will be bad, you will get a lot of bad rewards. So remember about other things. Name is of course an important thing, but there is also other factors which you need to include in your application. Remember about screenshots. I've seen a lot of applications which don't have screenshot, so why should I download something which I don't know what it's doing? Or developers are uploading screenshots where the error is visible on the application. So when you see this kind of information, the screenshot, you probably will not download this application. So remember about screenshots, remember about name of your application, but remember also about language support. Not all people in the world are using English language. There is a lot of other languages available right now on the market. So spend some time translating your UI. It's not really hard process. Probably you can find a lot of people on Twitter or Facebook which can offer it for you for free. Just ask some German person or other one to help you translating your UI, and they will be really happy to help you. Then consider including them in credits for the application, and they will be really happy that they can help you, and you will be able to attract more users because you've got your UI translated to other languages. The next thing is pricing. Probably you think that you developed amazing game and you'd like to earn amazing amount of money, and you said, let me sell this application for 20 zloty. And it's your first application published to the market. You don't have any other apps which attract the users. Remember about price. It's one of the factors that can give you the positive or negative feedback. Because, for example, you will sold out 20 copies of your application for the 20 zloty. Half of them will give you the bad review using the review process, and nobody else will buy your application. And imagine a situation that you will sell your application for 2 zlotys. 2,000 people will buy your application. 10 of them will publish the bad review, for example, because don't like them. There is a lot of people who are just downloading apps, trying to run it. They don't know how to run it, and they are sending feedback that it's really bad. I've seen this especially from Asia countries. There are people who are downloading free applications and sending bad feedbacks or reviews because they've got similar application in the market and they are trying to attract users to use their application. And always remember that when you are developing application, vendor probably will be selling a lot of more devices in future. So remember to support those devices. For example, we've got right now Z10 device, Q10 and Q5, and a lot of developers forget that they need to publish their application to support, for example, Q5 device. Even it's the same form factor, it's 70 by 70p resolution, they forget to include it in the BlackBerry vendor portal, and then nobody is able to download it. Even the application is working out of the box. And the last thing is digital rights. There are people who are using some downloaded content, RSS or other things. Remember that you are not the owner of this content. Remember that you need to talk with content providers. Never try to provide in your application data from other providers who are not giving you permission. There is a lot of applications right now in not only our market, in other markets, which are downloading content from websites, and these websites never know that someone is downloading the content, and they are trying to avoid this because it's their property. I already said about BBM as our social platform, but as you see, when you are integrating BBM inside your application, you can increase the download or your application by 15%. Developers who are using BBM are attracting more users to download their applications. So consider this as a factory which gives you the possibilities to increase the number of downloads your application. Built for BlackBerry. So I know how hard it is to attract users to download your application. When you are publishing application to Google Play, for example, or to Android, to Apple market, you'd like to be promoted, you'd like to sell a lot of copies, and you don't have marketing budget. So you are trying to send information using Twitter, using Facebook and other websites, and probably you will attract some developers. But imagine a situation that we as BlackBerry can promote your application for free. So we've got a special program which we name it Built for BlackBerry, and those developers who will pass the certification will receive a lot of things. We will give you the possibility to promote you inside BlackBerry World application. So each week we've got the featured tab in our BlackBerry World website. So it's a tab where you can find promoted applications. But when user is searching application, for example, let's see children's games, he'll write children and he will see applications based on the keyword children. But imagine that your application is on the top of this list because it's certified. So when your application is certified, on the search list there is a different tab. So at the top there is Built for BlackBerry certification tab, and you will see only applications which are certified. And after this tab there is another part of the applications which are not certified. So imagine that your application is there, user is searching for the children app, and probably he will choose the first one of the top or the second one on the third. He will not go to the bottom of the screen because users are always lazy and they don't have time to take a look on other things. So after uploading Space TV application to the BlackBerry World and users passed the certification, the download increased by 300%. So imagine that you are selling application for $2 and you are getting 300% more downloads than on existing application. Those process of certification is not so hard. You just need to remember about UI elements, about optimization of your application, about using the social integrations of application. There is a lot of Polish applications right now available in the market which pass the certification. And I'm talking with these developers a lot, and they are saying that the download rate increased a lot after they certified the application. Increase in paid daily downloads, 139%. Increase in free daily downloads, 39%. Because when you are giving users free applications, probably a lot of them will download it. So the number of free download, it's not so big in comparison to these paid downloads. But it's a really big number, especially for the free applications. A lot of people are downloading them, installing, using, uninstalling. So the rate of users who will use your application on a daily basis when the application is free, it's different than on a paid application. If someone is paying for the application, he's expecting to use this application on a daily basis. So you already published your first version application, but remember that you need to update your application because users are always like to have more possibilities inside application, more levels in games and other things. So remember about managing updates. Users will upgrade application every time the new upgrade will be available. And remember that you need to have possibility to import data from the latest version. There was one application in the market, I don't remember their name. They published a new revision of the application. They changed the format of the data they stored inside the device, and users lost their all content from the application. They receive almost thousands of bad reviews, and nobody is buying their application right now. So remember that after upgrading, users need to have the possibility to use the same content as they've got on the latest version. And there is also one thing which is very, very important for BlackBerry. each of the applications need to be digital signed, and we are using the signing keys for this process. So remember about store these keys in the safe place. Right now we introduced the signing keys in cloud, so you don't need to remember about storing them in the safe place. But still, you need to remember your password.
And you do not attack people with mails after signing anymore. There was
I
remember. In the previous platform, then after a successful, the application was split into numerous parts, and then you got like 300 emails from BlackBerry.
Yeah. So the issue was because we are secured platform, and everyone wants to know when their signing keys are used. So we were sending, and probably we are still sending emails every time you sign your application using BBOS keys. Right now, we've got different signing process for the BlackBerry 10, so we are not sending 300 emails anymore. I know that users were creating filters, especially for these emails, and just throwing them away. So it changed. It's now easier process. And remember that after updating your application, marketing never stop. So consider sending a lot of information about your update if you're including some new ideas inside your application. Remember about blogs, Twitter, forums, Facebook. Try to display, for example, push notification to users who didn't upgrade to the newest version, saying that we are adding new features to application. Download it, you will see a lot of difference. And when you're updating applications, users need to go to BlackBerry World to download it. They will sometimes consider that if they like it, they will either provide feedback about application. So it's easier to user to go to the BlackBerry World, upgrade application, and then comment it and provide feedback than to do it without going to BlackBerry World. And remember that there will be a lot of people who will hate your application just because they want to hate it. They will think that it should work different. They will think that, for example, characters in the game should be different. Remember that they will provide bad feedback, bad reviews, and you need to have your own process how to interact with those people. Because bad reviews will decrease your downloads and you will get less money, of course. So as you can see, applications which got 4, 5 stars are getting higher download rate. So when you've got a lot of bad reviews, as I said, with one of these applications which was not allowing you to have the same content when you're upgrading apps, they received a lot of bad reviews and they download rate decreased a lot. And there is one thing about startups. There is a lot of talk right now about startups. Every day we hear news that the new startup is giving you possibility to download amazing application, to download or buy amazing products. So we really think hard what we can offer to startups. So at the beginning we offered $10,000 to developers who passed the Build for BlackBerry certification and sold 1,000 copies of applications. We hear that they sold more than 10,000 copies of these applications, for example, if they were selling it for $1. So they already earned more than $10,000 on the app. So it's really nice. We also offer 12,000 limited editions at 10 devices, which are in red colors. Developers were really happy about getting something which is not available in the markets. They were happy that they were treated specially, and they are using these devices right now. But what else? We are going to introduce first on the BlackBerry Startups program I'm not able to say more right now about it, but you will hear about it soon. So follow up the websites, follow up the BlackBerry communities in Poland. There's one big blog about BlackBerry, which name is bbnews.pl. So if you'd like to read informations about BlackBerry on a daily basis, just go there and you will find them. So as I said, stay tuned, wait for our new devices, which will be available soon. Wait for new updates, wait for new competitions for developers. And if you'd like to find more information about developing for BlackBerry platform, just go to the developer.blackberry.com website, where you can find all informations. So it's everything I've got for you right now. If you got any questions, just raise your hand and ask it. Monica, you don't have any question? It's not normal, I think. Okay, yeah? Okay. So the question is if I need to pay for developing for the BlackBerry platform. No, you don't need. Everything is for free right now. Just, yeah, everything. Just go register, download. We can talk later if you'd like. Yeah. Yes, it's also for free. You don't need to pay anything. And one important thing, so I know that if you're developing Android application, you'd like to a lot of users to download it, so you sometimes putting this application for free, including advertisement inside. And after that, you are getting $5 every month. So it's 20, not even less, 15 zloty per month. So probably it's not the kind of amount you'd like to earn. So publish the same application to the BlackBerry 10 platform and you will see a big difference. Because there is even a joke. What's the difference between the Google Play or Google platform user and the BlackBerry platform? So the answer is that BlackBerry users have the credit cards. It's not an amazing joke, but yes, BlackBerry people are buying applications, and I've got my own applications and I see the same trend, so it's really possible to earn a lot of money from our platform. Any more questions? Yep. So the Q10 is also available in, I think, Play and T-Mobile right now. And the Q5 is available right now only in Orange, but it will be changed really soon. Any more questions? If you'd like to talk with me, I will be here for a few minutes, so you can just talk with me and ask for some things. We've got some devices always to offer to developers if they've got a nice game or applications, so just talk, publish, and earn some money. Thanks.